What's going on, everybody? Kenny Bomb is in the building, and Ed Boon has officially confirmed the expansion for the story in Mortal Kombat 1. Now, we pretty much knew it was going to happen, but what we didn't know is there will be a big surprise coming right behind that. Now, this big surprise could be something we already know, but there's also a chance this could be a game changer. So if this is actually a big surprise, what could it be? What should it be? Let's talk about it. But first, I need y'all to get in the comment section and let me know what you hope to see from this big surprise. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you don't want to miss any updates on Mortal Kombat 1. Now let's get into it.
Run, boy, they coming on.
All right, before we jump into it and talk about the possibilities of what this big surprise could be, let's listen back to what Ed Boon had to say just in case anybody missed it.
Also, I wanted to ask, especially to the fans, what can we expect to the franchise in the next few years, maybe?
Well, just like we did with Mortal Kombat 11, we're going to release a second part with more story. You know, and we have a big surprise after that. So we're going to be supporting the game for even longer than we did with Mortal Kombat 11. So it's going to be fun.
All right, Ed Boon just confirmed that we will be getting part 2 of the Mortal Kombat 1 story, and he also confirmed that the plan as of right now is to support Mortal Kombat 1 a lot longer than they supported Mortal Kombat 11. Now, Mortal Kombat Aftermath came out a little over a year after Mortal Kombat 11 was released, so if they follow that same pattern or if things are moving along the same track, we can expect to get this story expansion around October of 2024. That's pretty far away, but we know the final character in Kombat Pack 1, Takeda Takahashi, is expected to be released in summer of 2024, so my hope is that we get this story expansion in August at the latest. But we already knew a story expansion was happening because they ended the story on a cliffhanger. The question today is, what could this big surprise be? Let's hit the speculation station. Okay, it's just Photoshop, but let's talk possibilities because the way Ed Boon sold this big surprise, it has to hit. And it can't be this first possibility, which is Kombat Pack 2. Now, don't get me wrong, we absolutely need Kombat Pack 2 because we got to get Noob Saibot in here, non-story canon, of course. We got to get Jade. I mean, he's been talking about Jade a lot, so I'm sure she's going to be added. We got to get Collector. Let's throw Collector in there. Those are 3 Mortal Kombat characters. If we're going to get 3 guests, give me Michael Myers, give me Harley Quinn, and give me Pennywise. Can y'all see Pennywise balloons coming up in the combo, kind of like Shang Tsung with those fireballs? It could be crazy. But the reason I'm saying Kombat Pack 2 would be a letdown is because we had Kombat Pack 2 in Mortal Kombat X. We had Kombat Pack 2 in Mortal Kombat 11. So them revealing Kombat Pack 2 after the story expansion would absolutely not be a big surprise, especially because he's been saying we're going to be adding lots and lots of characters to this game. So I think this has to be something bigger than Kombat Pack 2. But unfortunately, we live in a world where there is a possibility that the big surprise is just going to be Kombat Pack 2. But let's move on to the next possibility, and this one I actually would not be mad at all. There's a possibility that this story expansion ends in another cliffhanger, and the big surprise is that we will be getting another one the following year. Now, I know a lot of people love Mortal Kombat for the gameplay, and trust me, I used to be one of those guys. I was flying the flag even when the gameplay was clunky, but Mortal Kombat Deception made me appreciate Mortal Kombat in a different way. They expanded the way they started telling stories with Conquest mode, and then built on top of that even further with Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. Now we're at a point where they're telling better stories in this fighting game than we get in a lot of these single-player narrative-driven adventure games. Normally, I don't play these games for 2 or 3 years after they come out, but if they're going to give us an expansion every year, then that is going to keep me playing Mortal Kombat 1, and I think that would be worthy of what he's selling with this big surprise. Now, this might not be popular with the players who like to play 8,000 matches per season in Kombat League, but casual players outweigh pro players, and you gotta keep those casual players fed if you want to keep them playing this game. The pro players who like to go in Kombat League, they're going to play regardless, but if you want to keep the people who jump in and out in the game, you gotta give them content, and I think another story expansion or 1 per year might be a lot to ask for, but hey, it'll keep me engaged. But it doesn't have to be a story expansion because we can go bigger than that, and we might be able to go better than that. How do you do it? With new modes. What type of modes am I talking about? I'm talking about that sweet, nasty Conquest mode. If Ed Boon walks out on the stage at a Summer Games Fest or Game Awards and says, you know what, we got Story Expansion 2 out, guess what? Conquest mode is coming up next. I'll mark this down as the greatest Mortal Kombat game of all time that day. I don't even need to see what the Conquest mode looks like. A Conquest mode in this new universe would be crazy. Just imagine the characters that we have not seen in this game living in that real life world, and we can interact with them doing side missions and stuff like that. You know what? I'm not even going to harp on it because it's probably not going to happen, but it's number one on my wish list of things I want to see in Mortal Kombat 1. It's possible. It is possible, but is it likely? I don't know. Now, new modes does not just say Conquest. Maybe they announced like chess combat's coming back, motor combat. A lot of people wanted those. Maybe creative fighter, something like that. I don't know. New modes could include a lot of different things. And I think no matter what it is, this game is light on content right now. So if they're announcing new modes, I think that really would help. But let's just move on to number 4 because y'all don't want to get me up in here talking about Conquest again. We're not going to run another campaign. It hurt my heart too bad. Number 4, we might be getting new fight options. We've already seen 1 versus 1 in the game. Why it's not an option right now, I get it. They don't want to put these cameos in the game and have nobody use them. I believe they said in Mortal Kombat 9, they put the tag team mode in there and nobody really played with it. Apparently, they love the idea of the cameos. I don't know if y'all know this, but cameos are in Mortal Kombat 11 as well. Shout out to Doherty Charlie because I loved Mortal Kombat 11 and I didn't even know. But they removed 1 versus 1 to make sure people were giving these cameos a shot. We gave them a shot. Some people love them, some people hate them. I think now is a good time to add 1 versus 1 because there's no need to make people use cameos if they don't like them, especially when 1 versus 1 is already built into the game. We saw it in the story mode. Another fight option they could add to the game is another one we just spoke about that was added in Mortal Kombat 9. That is a full-blown tag team mode. Personally, I wouldn't be too crazy about it, but it depends on how it works. It really depends on how it works. If you beat one guy, is it cancel Christmas for the team, or does the second tag team player come in and finish the matchup for you? Maybe he can take out both opponents. And if they do add tag team mode, do they add tag team fatalities? They got tag team fatal blows right now, so I think they could definitely do it. That'd be a big task to pull off, but I think they could do it. And last but not least, number 5 is blank. I need y'all to tell me, what could they add to this game that would bring it more life? If Ed Boon himself came to the stage at the Game Awards and said, you know what, we just won Fighting Game of the Year, so I'm gonna give y'all the big surprise right now. The big surprise is, what would he have to say to make you feel satisfied with the announcement? Let me know in the comment section, but don't forget to drop a like on this video and smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. What if it's animalities? Check out this video and see what I think about that. Bomb Squad, let's get to that.